Good morning, mathematicians. Today we'll be doing lesson 9.9, Division of Decimals. The objective for today is to introduce division of decimals by whole numbers and to reinforce the partial quotients division algorithm or the traditional division algorithm. Let's get started with our warm-up. Just like we did the other day with multiplication, today we're going to estimate the quotient by first writing a number model to show how you estimated. So you're going to take a number like 61 and make it an easier number that you can quickly divide by 3 to get an answer. So go ahead and try these three on your whiteboards now. For the first one, we could change 61 to 60 and divide it by 3 and we'd get 20. We could change 37 to 40, divided by 2 would get 20. And we could change 59 to 60, divided by 5, and we would get 12. Go ahead and erase your boards and we'll get started on the next set. Go ahead and get started on these next three problems. We could change the first one, 135 to 140. When we divide by 7, we get 20. 344 could be changed to 350. Divided by 5 equals 70. And 641 could be changed to 640. Divided by 8 equals 80. Go ahead and erase your boards now. Now let's take a look at this problem, which looks at dividing decimals by whole numbers. It says a ribbon is 4.2 meters long. It must be cut into 7 pieces of the same length. How long is each piece? Work with your math partner to figure out this problem. One way that we can think of this problem is just like we did with the multiplication with decimals. We can look at it in our steps. So our first step says to estimate the quotient. So I could decide that 4.2 meters here is about 4. And 7 is hard for me to divide into 4, but I could do 8. So 4 divided by 8, which I know is the same thing as a fraction, 4 over 8. And I could do that. 4/8 is the same as 1/2, which I know is equal to the decimal 5/10. So I could write that in 5/10 would be my estimate. Then, looking down at the steps, my next step, just like we did before, instead of multiplying now, is divide the numbers as though they were whole numbers. So I could take the number 42 divided by 7. And that one's an easy one. I know 7 times 6 is 42. So I have the number 6 here. And then finally, our last step is use the estimate to place the decimal point. So if I have 6, I know 6 is too large. My answer cannot be bigger than 4.2 because I'm dividing it into equal pieces. So I see here the decimal is in front of that number. So here, I would place my decimal in front of the 6. So now it's 0.6 meters long is how big each piece is. Let's take a look now at an example from page 270 in our math journals together. It says, 3 sisters set up a lemonade stand. On Wednesday, they made $8.46. If they shared the money equally, how much did each girl get? First, as always, we need to look at what information the problem gives us. It says that there were 3 sisters, and they made $8.46. They shared the money equally. So that tells us we need to divide our $8.46 up between the 3 sisters. So right now I want you to work on your whiteboard to estimate the quotient. So think of what numbers are easy to work with. What is our estimated answer? $8.46 is close to $9. and we can divide it by 3, which means they should each get about $3. The next one says divide the numbers as though they were whole numbers. So I'm going to write out my 846 without a decimal place divided by 3. Go ahead and do that on your whiteboard right now. Remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Okay. 3 can go into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Then I subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. I bring down that 4. 3 goes into 24 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. I subtract. Get 0, and I bring down the 6. 3 can go into 6 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract, and I get no remainder. So now our last step is to use the estimate to place the decimal point. So looking here, we need an answer that is close to $3. Where would I place my decimal point in 282 so that it gives me a reasonable answer close to $3? If you said between the first 2 and the 8, you are correct. Each girl would get about $2.82. Would get exactly $2.82. Now let's take a look at number 6 on that same page. The directions say for each problem below, the division has been done correctly, but the decimal point is missing in the answer. Write a number model to show how to estimate the answer. Use your estimate to correctly place the decimal point in the answer. So looking at number 6, I want you and your partner to talk about what could we estimate 298 and 92/100ths to be, and then you're going to write the number model on that line on that page. We could do 298 is about 300, and it's still divided by 6. We could do that one easily, equals 50. So we know our answer should be about 50. So where then up above should I place the decimal point? Good. Right after the 9 and before the 8, because we know that 49 is about 50. So our answer would be 49 and 82/100ths. For your work today, we already did our mental math. You need to finish page 270 to 271, odds only, and make sure you have math boxes 9.9 and 9.10 finished. When you're done, you can do Unit 9 and 10 Blend Space Practice H for both B and C activities. Make it a great day.